Well, earlier this morning, we sent Frankie Catafais to an escape room that just recently changed its name here in Boise.
That's right. When we last saw her, she was heading into the escape room. Let's see how she's doing now. Good morning, Frankie.
Good morning, you guys. Yes, I'm at the Puzzle Effect, where I was placed in one of their rooms just a little bit ago, trying to figure out a way to get out of here because, you know, we're on TV time and I got to meet deadlines just like my normal job. But I'm here with Kyle Barrows, who's the store lead here at the Puzzle Effect. Kyle, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. I'm a little flustered, but I am well. I'm really quick. So you guys just changed your name. So I just want to address that right off the bat. You guys were the Escape Room Boise, but now you are the Puzzle Effect.
That's right.
What led to that change?
We feel like the Puzzle Effect better encapsulates who we are as a business and as a game and what we do here. The idea that you have this state of bewilderment that you have when you start off a room, and then when you finish a puzzle, you have this euphoric feeling. And that's the Puzzle Effect, that state of euphoria that you get into when you finish an escape room. That's the Puzzle Effect.
I'm longing for that feeling.
There you go.
So
you're gonna get it.
I'm really hoping so. It's really, really difficult, you guys. So we're in one of like these sorcery rooms. It's a little spooky. It's like the Grim Reaper's, like, I don't know, laboratory if you had a laboratory. Tell me about the other rooms you've got here.
We have the Path, which is an ancient Chinese village where you are passing tests to become the next oracle of the village. We also have Pipeworks, which is the underground of a dystopian future city where you're trying to restore the power. And then we have Rescue, which is a race against time to disarm a bomb and save a young hostage.
Jeez, and I know you guys just got your brand new sign, everything. You changed and converted your brand yesterday, right?
Yesterday, yes. The company's going through rebranding. We're really excited about it here. We love the new logo. We've got it right here. That's our new logo. We like it a lot more. And, you know, our company's going to stay the same. We're going to be the same. You know, our customer service is going to stay the same. Our puzzles are going to be just as challenging as they ever were, but we got a nice shiny new look on the outside of the store and a new motto.
And I really want to ask real quick before we wrap up, what are some promotions that you maybe got going on this week?
This weekend we have a raffle going, so if you come in and you play our games, you're automatically going to get one free raffle ticket. Now, if you rebook on your way out of the store, you're going to get 5 more raffle tickets for every person that you rebook for on your way out. So if you rebook a whole room, you're going to get 30 raffle tickets on your way out of the store. And then we're going to give away an entire room for free, plus a hoodie, sweatshirt with a new customer logo, and we're going to have a free game.
Perfect. Well, make sure you guys stay tuned because I'm going to continue to solve this puzzle and I want to try and figure it out. So stay tuned to see if I can actually accomplish this. Live in Boise, Frankie Catafais, 6 on your side.
Best of luck there. Thanks, Frankie. Time now 6:27. Let's take a look at traffic. Here's Carl V in the On Your Side Traffic Center. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, Matt. This On Your Side traffic report is brought to you by Larry Miller Dodge. Eastbound ID4 is up to speed between Nampa and Boise right now. It's looking like a 17 to 18-minute commute. There are no delays on the connector from the Flying Y to 13th downtown. Traffic is picking up on Eagle Road, Chinden Boulevard, and on State Street. I'm Carl B. in the On Your Side Traffic Center.
Carl, thanks very much. Coming up after the break, I hit the court at T3 Sport Basketball Academy for this week's Made in Idaho. What you can expect when technology meets sports.
Plus, a Nampa man is in jail this morning after putting a bomb threat on social media. We'll have the details and more local news after the break.
You're waking up with 6 on Your Side News. Good morning, Idaho.
Welcome back. When sports training and technology meet, the benefits are potentially limitless. That's why a basketball training facility in Boise pulls out all the modern stops to turn kids and adults into the best ballers they can possibly be. I got on the court with T3 Sport in today's Made in Idaho.
Train, translate, and transform. That's what the first part of T3 Sport stands for, a high-tech basketball training facility in Boise.
The process involves translating the game to the court. So it's not just training, it's actually taking what they're learning and apply it in a game setting so they learn how to use what they're actually training in a game scenario.
It also gives them opportunity to track their shooting stats. And so they get analytics that they can go on online and see, over the last 6 months, how many shots they've taken, what type of shooting percentage they have.
With shot tracking courts, ball handling video games, and a hoop that passes the ball back to you, it's something I had to try out for myself.
I'm Matt Sizemore. This is basketball practice. Kobe.
So I grew up a football player and can't shoot.
Oh,
or dribble, it happens. But if you're looking for people that can hit that downtown shot, it's any of the local trainers and coaches who have been here since T3's inception.
I think one of the things that we put a premium on is hiring great people. And so, all this technology and all this basketball training space is great, but if you don't have the right people with kids or with athletes, then it doesn't really translate to anything different.
20 years ago when I was playing, I would have lived here. I would have been here 7 days a week, and that's where it's fun seeing, as we do have dads and sons that come in, and we'll go through the stations together, or you'll see parents up here working out side by side with their kids, and it's cool. It definitely creates more of a communal environment.
When the owners moved to the Treasure Valley 5 years ago, they saw basketball opportunity in a town that loves its football.
We loved that Boise was really like sort of exploding in terms of basketball. It's a place that's really growing, that's not quite, up in terms of the quality of training or whatever with some of the big cities, but it's sort of on the cusp. And so we felt excited about coming in at a time where we could really help to provide a space where it could grow basketball in the area, but also grow it in a way that's really healthy.
And other than making them basketball phenoms, T3 wants to instill one big thing in Treasure Valley kids and athletes.
Basketball is really a part of their life, not their whole life, and how that translates to playing better on the court, but also being a better son, being a better daughter, being a better person.
Well, about a little Kobe reference right there. Now, I got to say, I'm glad it took me a long time editing in one of the bays to find any shots I actually made.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I counted one.
Yeah, there was maybe two. It was pretty rough.
I could see how that would be super useful for any young basketball players, though, just to improve.
Absolutely. A lot of Boise kids are going here and just getting some great training and things growing up I could never have even dreamed of. So very cool to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe they'll let you keep practicing.
I hope so. I need it.
Well, as far as our weather headlines go today, it's going to be chilly in the Treasure Valley. 29 degrees right now. Calm wind speeds, but that's not going to be the story throughout the day. Wind is really going to pick up. We'll have some wind gusts near 25 miles per hour, and that's going to make our feels like temperature not much above freezing. We will be a couple of degrees below average today. Our high temperature will be about 45, but it won't feel like that. 31 degrees by 9 a.m., breezy by noon, 39 degrees, and that's when our wind starts to pick up. By 3 p.m., that's when our wind will probably be in full effect. It could be above that 15 mile per hour that we're seeing on the screen there. 42 degrees by 3. I'll talk about the rest of your weekend forecast in a few minutes.
New this morning, Nampa police have made an arrest in connection with a bomb threat. Nampa detectives charged 22-year-old Grant Stevenson of Nampa with a felony through the Terrorist Control Act as well as second-degree stalking. Police say Thursday afternoon they received a message through social media saying there was an explosive device near South Juniper Street, possibly with a chemical warfare agent. The FBI, state police, National Guard, and Nampa police, firefighters, paramedics all responded, and everyone in the area of Constitution and South Juniper was asked to shelter in place. Investigators were not able to find any suspicious items and say it was not a credible threat. Stevenson was booked into the Canyon County Jail.
Well, police have arrested a Boise man in connection with a sexual assault they say happened back in 2017. 26-year-old Jolie Ramadan is facing one felony count of rape. Boise police say a special victims unit investigation turned up evidence that a male suspect who was known to his victim had sex with the woman without her consent while she was unconscious. The investigation led to a warrant for Ramadan's arrest.
A Nampa man is sentenced to 35 years in prison for raping a woman after breaking into her Nampa home. 36-year-old Joshua Hayes will be eligible for parole after serving 17 years. Police say the victim met Hayes in a bar last summer and gave him her address when he asked where everyone was going after the bar closed. The victim told police she went home and later woke up to find Hayes in her bedroom.
He actually entered a house where somebody was sleeping, went in and then, committed the crime of rape.
The victim says she told Hayes to leave but fell back asleep because she was intoxicated. When she woke up again, she says Hayes was assaulting her and refused to stop. Hayes was found guilty of felony rape and burglary in December. We all know Idaho's growing. Just look around at rush hour in downtown Boise. But a new report by Governing.com confirms it. Idaho is among the states with the highest total job gains in 2017 to 2018. And local economist Bill Connors says the city is growing in all the right ways. And that the diversity of our job growth is something we can be proud of.
We have a very rich tech sector here, and that continues to grow. We've always had a legacy industry in food and agriculture. That continues to grow. Our medical and healthcare areas continue to grow. So it's a good, diverse mix of job growth.
Connors also says more than 65% of the people moving here are under the age of 40, and no other city in America has that kind of in-migration.
Well, wait until you see the new Albertsons Market at Eagle and Fairview in Meridian. It's going to be the largest store in the company. Their soft opening is today. Their huge grand opening planned for tomorrow, Saturday. The all-day celebration starts with a ribbon cutting at 10 a.m., followed by a lot of fun activities the rest of the day, including cooking classes, free giveaways, and live music.
This store has a lot of interesting features too that'll be great for the community on this side of town that maybe don't travel all the way down to Boise. So we're really excited for the community to come check out this new store.
In celebration, Albertsons will make generous donations to the Idaho Diaper Bank, Idaho State Police, and Rocky Mountain, Mountain View, Meridian, and Centennial High Schools.
Fans enjoyed the first concert back in a Boise music mainstay Thursday night. The Knitting Factory hosted Young the Giant in the first show in this building since a fire gutted the interior last September.
We've been doing this so long, it's just good to kind of get back in the swing of things. It is kind of neat. We've got a brand new bar downstairs with 48 taps. We've got a brand new sound system, brand new lights, brand new air conditioning, brand new furniture. Everything about this building is brand new from top to bottom.
The community rallied around the Knitting Factory over the last several months as other venues opened their doors to host bands they had booked, and local musicians put together a benefit concert to support the building staff.
Now, the 6 on Your Side Ski Report, brought to you by Sun Valley.
It's going to be a great weekend to get out and hit the slopes. Lots of new snow, 4 inches of new snow at Sun Valley, 7 at Bogus Basin, and 4.5 of that came overnight. 10 inches of snow at Tamarack. Brundage seeing 6 inches of fresh snow, a 30-foot base at Eagle Island. Just an inch at Magic Mountain, but they've had quite a bit of new snow over the last couple of days. 3 inches at Pomerel. That's in the last 48 hours down in southern Idaho. Your dog walking forecast. This is Gordy, courtesy of me. This is my dog. We're going to give it the yellow paw all day, and here's why. We could see a spotty shower early this morning, but what we're going to have later is a lot of wind, heavy wind speeds, and our wind chill is going to be in the freezing temperatures, so it's going to be chilly. So depending on where you're at will depend on whether this should be yellow or green. Just play it by ear.
All right, thank you very much, McKenna. Time now is 6:39. Still to come on Good Morning Idaho as warmer weather is getting closer. The Boise River is on the rise as water is released to manage flood concerns. Coming up after the break, we'll have more on the science behind water management.
Plus, the length some people will go for their family. How an organ donation program is showing just how charitable locals can be.
You're waking up with 6 on Your Side News. Good Morning Idaho.
Good morning. The Boise River is on the rise. It peaked Thursday at 1,300 cubic feet per second. The Bureau of Reclamation will let out another 500 CFS today as they start the tricky science of managing flood concerns while ensuring we have enough water for the irrigation season. Yeah, 6 on Your Side Steve Dent has more on that, as well as an update on a number of different projects along the Boise River.
The Bureau of Reclamation Flood Risk Management Plan has begun, and some irrigation canals now have water in them.
So people need to be cautious of that, and we really urge caution.
Plus, the Boise River has started to rise, and flows will continue to fluctuate as we enter spring.
So just be cognizant that if the river was at a certain level one day, it may be different the next day.
Boise Parks and Rec prepared for the early release. They've almost finished up all 19 of their bank restoration projects. And if you notice behind me, the Porta Dam has been removed from the Boise Whitewater Park Phase 2.
Yeah, Here comes stomping through.
Multiple crews from different jurisdictions worked up and down the river through a miserable February to remain on schedule.
We had a hard time with the weather that was working against us. It was pretty sloppy and muddy, but we are ahead of the flood releases.
Flood District number 10 used funds allocated by the legislature and the Idaho Water Resources Board to stop the Boise River from forming a new channel.
The concern with this channel is that the river would make this the primary channel. It would take out the Greenbelt pathway. It would head down towards the Sunrock gravel mining operation, the Boise wastewater treatment plant, and threaten homes on Eagle Island.
But as far as flooding, it's too early to tell what it will be like later this spring.
We have another month of snowpack to accumulate.
But how's this for a reminder that spring is on its way? Steve Dent, 6 on your side.
That still looks too cold to me. The biggest factor moving forward for flooding depends, of course, on spring temperatures, which determine how quickly the snowpack will melt into runoff. Remember, the Boise River will be flowing cold and fast right now at about 1,800 CFS, but that isn't close to flood stage, which begins at 7,000 CFS.
Treefort 2019 is just around the corner, meaning the streets of downtown Boise are about to be taken over by music, art, and beer lovers, to name a few. Aside from this year's music lineup featuring artists like Liz Phair and Vince Staples, the yearly festival will also play host to several other related events like Comedy Fort, Story Fort, and Film Fort.
We're a festival of discovery, so we always say, like, when you're out, you're going to find your new favorite band, you're going to find your new favorite fort, yeah,
So get out and explore. That's the best part. If you get stuck in a line, just go find something else. Go to something else. We also have an app which has this awesome feature called Linometer, and you can like see which venue, like what the line is like at every venue.
Interesting. Festival takes place in downtown Boise in a couple weeks and runs for 5 days from March 20th to March 24th. To learn more about some of the artists on the Treefort lineup, visit 6onyourside.com. Well, one local family wasn't going to sit still and wait for their dad to receive a kidney transplant. They went a different route and donated a kidney to someone else in need to move him up on the list.
Their story is amazing. 6 on Your Side's Jessica Taylor introduces us to a Valley family recovering from their paired kidney exchange.